we are in some powerful, powerful energies right now, aren't we? We can follow these cycles, and we've just had a really powerful new moon in Taurus. And I want to just recap on that a little, because we go in with intentions, we go in with a new moon, we go in, it's the dark moon, it's that time for introspection. And each sign that the moon travels through gives us qualities, doesn't it? And what I have really felt with this one is the intentions we have been encouraged to set. It's not been about new starts, it's been about the footholds we already have in place and strengthening those, putting new intentions on top of what is already there, stepping into and evolving the foundations you have been setting for yourself. That's the energy. That's the strong energy, and it's all about the structure. It's all about the structure. Even our physical body, you may have been having sensations, or no, I have, within my body, and it has been about those footholds. What have you been putting in place? Where does it locate? Where does it live in your body? And so Taurus gives us home, finances, stability. So I'm just going to sum it up in a sense of around foundational things of home and family and finance. And so when you connect that to the body, that's your sacral, it's your relationships, it's your relationship with yourself, with your family, with your home, with the world, with your finances, with your beliefs. And so that's where you may have been feeling some sensations. I have been definitely feeling it myself, and have been having reports from others that they have had the same kind of things. And I've really sat with this weekend, even today. And so what I was shown, I'm looking at my bones, I'm going to grab one of these, and this is what I was shown. The sacral area, when you see inside the bones, they are just tiny little holes, and they rebuild themselves. And so when you think about setting intentions or rebuilding on the footholds of what you already have, it has to reshape, it has to reform. And I just had a beautiful visualization come through with energy of Quan Yin. She's been around a lot actually in the last few days, with the luminance of the moon, which is creating an opposition, but that's a balance. And so her energy has shown me today the discomfort, and I'm talking, it's been quite serious, this discomfort in the back of my pelvis. And she showed me it shattering like glass and then being turned to sand, waiting for a lightning bolt of sun radiance that comes from within to reform that structure of my spine and my bones, the physical, the earth element of my being. And so any discomfort that you're feeling is a shift, something shifting within you. And that area, maybe so hips, legs, knees, feet, just lower area. Okay. So I'm just going to bring that into your awareness. And this, the energy of the moon, it's going to start waxing now, isn't it? And that I feel like that's going to be an underlying. There's going to be lots of shifts coming, but it is a reframing, a rebuilding, an evolution of the footholds that we have been building and putting into place. And it feels like it's going to be swift, graceful, but swift. So then that led me into dragon energy again. So you have your spine, and we all have the base of our spine, the coccyx, which is also known as our tailbone. And what I was shown was like a tripod. So our two legs are the two, and there's one missing. And the tailbone, it unfurled. You know how a fern starts as a spiral, doesn't it? And it beautifully and amazingly, it opens up into this amazing leaf. And that's what energetically, whilst this shift is happening and moving upwards, I can feel this in my body as I'm speaking. As we are shifting and allowing that bolt of radiance from within to regather and reform the sand and the ashes left over of our bones of that shattered version, also there's going to be a downward route. So our feet, and then the energetics, like our tail, like our dragon tail, coming back into being, and it's going to root and spread on the earth and give the harmony and balance that a trinity brings. So this is all symbolic, metaphorical visions that have been shown. So feel into that for yourself. Feel into that dragon consciousness within you. Dragons are protectors, mothers. They are wholeness. They are iridescent. They're in their wholeness. Their scales beam out every color of, every hue. And so you could see it as embodying that. You are embodying wholeness through this process. And then that's when the Taurian energy makes sense, doesn't it? Because it's a earth element. So it's something that we are grounding into our being as an evolution. So then the next thing that came, and the next thing I want to focus or give some insight for you to feel into, is about radiance and magnetism. So these are the two energies, in a sense, how we receive and transmit. So we receive from source, from consciousness, from spirit, from our guides. We receive, and then we transmit through expression, through our voice, through any form of expression. But energetically we have a radiance. We radiate out who and what we are. And then we have a magnetism. So it's a receiving and a transmitting. The transmitting with our radiance, and then the receiving with the magnetism. And this is new. the concept of this has just come back into my awareness today for us to play with, to explore. But the focus of it was, what is it that you are radiating? What is it that has shifted within you that maybe you need to now address through a little bit of inner time, going within with the new moon, with the dark moon, and seeing, reflecting, checking in what it is that you are radiating out. Is it still in alignment? Is there anything that through the turmoil, the speed, the pace of how quickly and everything, how quickly everything is evolving, is there anything hanging around that maybe needs a little bit of an upgrade in what you are radiating out? Because through that could be what could be attracting, magnetizing back to you the things that may be a little bit jarring and out of alignment. yeah. So magnetism. It's a there's a more of a, okay, right, only take this if it resonates. There's more of a fear with magnetism. If you are, it's about attraction in the sense of, okay, I'm gonna paint a picture just to get myself in and to allow you to feel into this. So I a very vast, broad awareness here. Things I'm seeing, watching, coming into my awareness of personalities, people who are very in fear still. And I don't say this with any disagreement or anything. That's their place, and it's our levels, isn't it, of where we are on our journeys. But when we're in that place of fear, we are more magnetic in a sense that the radiance is a pulling. There's a distortion. So the radiance should be just going outwards. But when it's coming from a more fearful place, it attracts the wrong isn't the right word. The magnetism of it brings the opposite, in a sense, of what it is that you are seeking. Okay, this is unraveling. So when that happens, it's to teach us, isn't it? So we all have a level of fear, always. We're reaching that point where we are undoing that. That's the undoing. We're stepping out of fear, coming into our wholeness, and stepping out of fear is coming into the unknown and learning to be okay in the unknown. So there's always fear around that, especially when we've lived in a density and a frequency that, you know, it's about knowing. Knowing is safety. Knowing is security. Knowing keeps me safe. But actually, when you step out of knowing, you step into limitlessness, and you step into the void, which is the unknown, which is where all answers reside. So, fear. If there's anything you're fearing, check it. Sit with it, feel it, and open the door and step through it. Because at the moment, in fear, we are magnetic. We are attracting everything to us that we feel we don't need. So you can evolve. That's the whole point, is to evolve if you choose. Yeah, it's challenge or it's opportunity. So where are you at with those? We all have both. Are you radiating? Are you radiating out the right resonance to attract and magnetize the right things to you? Are you coming into harmony with who you are, with your alignment of your truth, your authenticity? If the magnetism resonates more with you, if you are feeling like everything that you feel you are doing is actually attracting the opposite of what you feel you desire, then check your roots of fear. What is it within you that you aren't doing? And it will be simple things. It will be simple things like beliefs that you need to push past, because it's always the simple things that unravel the root cause. It's just about finding that doorway through. So yeah, and that's what is coming up today, and I'm going to leave it there. So let's just summarize. So Yeah, okay, summarizing with the dragon energy once more. So with dragon energy as well, dragon, higher frequency. Imagine, so like you could say we're ascending into our next golden age. Last time the dragons were in their higher frequency, there was a descendancy. And this is, again, take it if it resonates, but what I keep getting shown is like the descendancy of dragons, dragon consciousness, dragon physicality, is that's what they are in their high frequency, highest frequency. The phoenix, the dragon, the sphinx. There's a, like when you see the crows and magpies are cousins, there's something there. The dragons, the sphinx, and the phoenix, they're related, they're connected to bring us a wisdom and a medicine. They all have the body of a serpent. The sphinx did, go with me on that one. The body of a serpent, in a sense. They have the reptilian bird, crossover type thing, but they have wings, so they are of the earth and of the sky, and they have a heart in the center. Isn't that what we're trying to achieve? We're trying to become the fullest we can be on the earth in order to open ourselves up to our cosmic selves, our cosmic family, and to embody that, and through that process come into wholeness in our hearts and shift the frequency of the earth, of the collective. So their energy is just so potent. So the descendancy, this is what, see, then you can reverse it, can't you? Because you see the phoenix, the sphinx, the dragon. Density got a bit heavier, it had to shrink, it became the dinosaurs, the birds. Just go with me again. And then we end up with the serpent. It's just been staring at me the whole time I'm talking. We end up with the snake. The snake's lost its wings, but then you know of Quetzalcoatl, the serpent bird. So that there's, our ancestors left us these signals of what there is to explore. And so we're left right now with the snake, and we're told to fear the snake, the serpent. But the snake walks softly on the earth. Its whole body, its vulnerable body, underbelly, moves along the earth. It's vulnerable. And so the lesson in this summary, is be vulnerable. Be vulnerable, and that's where you find your higher self. That's where the snake finds its dragon self. That's where we find our dragon self. That's where our tail unfurls. That's where we restructure ourselves, and we begin to grow into that luminescence. And then that's where we radiate. Okay, I'm gonna leave that one there. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it's helpful. Let me know what you think. Does that resonate with you? Have you been feeling these energies? Have you been feeling the earth, the stars, the cosmic heart? Have you been feeling this? And is it shaking you? Is it making you push past those fears? And if it is, it's just telling you that it's time to radiate. Okay, I'll speak to you soon. Drop your comments below.